Let's get to Obama trade. That's what we're going to call it. The House has approved the president's trade agenda. It took a second push, but they've approved it. Joining us now is Republican Congressman from Minnesota, Erik Paulsen. Congressman, welcome to the program. I got a couple of questions here. So we've approved fast track. That allows the president to go out and negotiate directly, without reference to Congress, without reference to individual items, all kinds of things within this trade agreement. Now, what are you going to do if the president goes out there and negotiates on climate change within the trade framework, or negotiates on immigration within the trade framework? What are you going to do?
Well, a couple of important points to make. On a very strong bipartisan vote, this trade promotion authority was given to the president with guardrails about what he can negotiate. In fact, it's been strictly outlined. He can't negotiate climate change. He can't negotiate immigration. That's outside of the boundaries of these negotiations for a trade agreement. And if he goes outside the boundaries, TPA gets turned off. We have the ability to turn it off, and it won't happen. And so we can turn off those trade agreements. So it's our authority in Congress over the president, and that's a really good thing. Bipartisanly, we exercise that authority.
That's huge, because that was always the problem, I think, in the first place, that the president had just carte blanche to get out there and stick all kinds of stuff into this deal. Now you're saying guardrails hem him in, and he's still going to sign it, isn't he?
Well, of course, the president can go out and negotiate these agreements anytime he wants. This is congressional authority over the president, what the priorities should be, and transparency, because now any trade agreements that are coming down the line, Trans-Pacific Partnership, maybe later this fall, it has to be available to the public for 60 days first before the president can even sign the agreement. That's a first. That's never happened before as well.
I think that's my judgment is, that's a really, really good move. Congratulations to you guys who got it in there.
Very good move.
One more subject, if I may. The medical device tax. I know you want it repealed. The president says he's not going to do it. Where do we stand?
Well, here's where we stand. Yesterday in the House, very bipartisan vote. In fact, with 12 Republican members that had disappeared because, the South Carolina tragedy and others, they weren't there for the vote, we would have had 292 votes in favor of repealing this tax that is punishing one of our best American success stories, despite the president's veto threat. I think it's going to move forward in both the House now and in the Senate, and we're going to be able to repeal this part of Obamacare that is hurting patient care, life-saving technologies, life-improving technologies, one of our best success stories for job creation where we're losing jobs now. I'm very optimistic that we're going to actually move forward on this.
I believe Senator Elizabeth Warren wants that tax repealed, which is a surprise to me. So you are a Republican.
Well, very unique. Very unique when you have Elizabeth Warren lining up with Ted Cruz on an issue. So we're going to take advantage of that.
And you too. You're a Republican, right?
Correct.
From Minnesota?
Right. In Minnesota, we have 400 medical device companies. I mean, this is an important industry here. Very important for jobs.
What I'm getting at is you're a Republican from Minnesota. Are you the only Republican in Minnesota? There can't be more than a dozen of you.
Yeah, there's a smaller number of us, and it is challenging being a Republican from Minnesota, the People's Republic of Minnesota. But look, this is a bipartisan issue that is united across the political spectrum. We have our senators that are supporting this repeal. We want to make sure we get it across the finish line. It's going to help jobs. It's going to help inventors. It's going to help patient outcomes. It's a very good opportunity moving forward, regardless of the president's early stand.
All right, Congressman Erik Paulsen, Republican from Minnesota. What a pleasure it is to have you on the show for the first time. If you're not careful, sir, you'll be invited back. Okay.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.